Hey AP1 students, in this video we're going to talk about two processes that occur in our bones, and one is called bone formation and the other is called bone resorption. So first, for bone formation, remember that when we talked about our four different types of bone cells, it was the osteoblast that were responsible for forming or building bone, and that's because they would produce and secrete osteoid, and that was like the organic part of bone tissue made primarily of collagen fibers. And then after we have the osteoid laid down by the osteoblast, then minerals would come from our bloodstream, so from our blood vessels, and what they would do is deposit, so they would attach themselves to the collagen fibers that are in the osteoid, and then obviously they're very hard, so that would result in this bone tissue that is got the qualities or properties that make bone able to perform its functions. So that's the process of bone formation, and you do have to have some molecules that have to play a role in that. There's a lot of it's not simply one or two molecules that are involved in that whole process. You do have to have other molecules that we'll talk about later on in the chapter. But here it gives you a couple of examples. Vitamin D and vitamin C are necessary for this whole process, as well as the minerals that are in there too. So, all right, so that is bone formation, and there will be a video that shows an osteoblast forming bones. You can kind of see this in action, which might help with understanding and kind of visualizing this process since it's microscopic. All right, so that was bone formation. So obviously we're going to need to form bone at some points in our lives. And then sometimes we need to break the bone down. And so this process where the bone tissue is broken down or destroyed is called bone resorption. So that's the term that we use to describe that process of destroying of the bone. And it is going to be the osteoclast. Those are the cells that are responsible for this bone resorption, or this destruction of the osteoid or bone matrix. And they will be releasing enzymes and hydrochloric acid. And what those enzymes and hydrochloric acid do is destroys the components of the bone matrix. So it destroys the collagen fibers as well as the mineral parts too. And then that allows for the release of the minerals from that bone tissue. All right, so we will talk more about those two processes as we go further on in the chapter, but that's kind of an overview of those two processes that our bone cells are responsible for. So I'll see you guys in the next video.